Hi everyone, it is Switchers Shay Au Lay, executive producer and co-founder of Siren Pack, as well as the founder and director of Speakeasy Noir. I wanted to do a real quick video on something that comes up from time to time, and I go over this in my DMs and emails, but I figured I would also just make a video about it as well. This is specifically related to the videos that are sent in when someone is submitting themselves to perform in a Siren Pack show. We don't currently have an audition process, and we don't have a form that you can fill out at this time. So the way that people are cast in our shows are either directly from me reaching out to them because of a variety of reasons. Either I know them directly or I have scouted them through some means, and so I'm reaching out. Sometimes the people who are on my list to reach out to me first, so that's great. And then there's a chunk of people who reach out to me first. I didn't even know that they were interested in performing, and so they either email me or in person they express their interest. And if you've ever expressed your interest in person, my response is always the same. I tell you to email us at sirenpack@gmail and include everything that you would need to in order for me to make an informed decision and cast you in my reply. Some of those things that are necessary, I've already filmed a video and made several posts about what should be contained in the totality of that email. So I'm not going to talk about that. This is specifically to one of the things contained. So if you're asking for me to cast you in one of our productions, that means I need to have some sort of idea about the type of performer you are. And even before I go to your website or any other platform, in your email to me, that's where you have the opportunity to include a video of the act that you're asking to be booked for, or a highlight reel of you as a performer so that I can get an idea of who you are. This is especially important if I don't know who you are, if you're someone who does not have any of your performance style or performances available online. Say you only post images. So I really don't have any idea of what it's like to watch you do something with your body. And this could be a dancer, it could be a sword swallower, it could be any kind of performance artist. Now, there are some people who, like this video, it could be a video of you doing the actual performance that you want booked for the show. So it could be you doing it for another show and it was filmed. Great, send it in. Or it could be you doing that specific act, but you're doing it like at home or in a studio and not for an actual event. Even better. Not everyone has that though. Maybe it's a new act that has not been filmed yet, or maybe you just haven't been in a show. The point is the act isn't filmed, or you might be a newer performer that has the experience, but you don't have the media to match it. So I always tell people, send me a video of either the act or send me a video of you in flow and moving your body or doing the thing. So I don't need you in full costume and makeup with stage lights and trying to make it work. It could be this lighting, but for a good minute or 2 minutes, you are moving in flow. Now, even that can mean different things to people. So that's why I want to go over a few things of like what I specifically am looking for when I'm casting for Siren Pack. This is not true for other production companies or other producers, like, to be clear. And my tongue is blue because I was eating blue candy. So, You in flow, that's me saying you may be doing something freestyle. So I may decide that even here, I'm going to move my body and also take an earring off, except I don't have the earrings on. But I want to show what it's like for me to remove something and also to be in flow movement for 30 seconds or something. So when that's happening, for me, and maybe this can work for other people, the first thing I'm looking for is to see if I'm noting if you're sensual, present, and activated. Like I say, even if you're taking your earring off, that's the whole point. You're showing me how you do that because there's a magic trick and you're going to reveal a quarter, or you're a dancer and it's an important part of your act to remove the earring. I am watching your sensuality. And I mean all your senses. So I'm watching how you touch yourself and the things in the prop. I'm watching where you're looking and your gaze. I'm not watching what you're smelling, but I am watching your breath. Like, do you take in what's going on? And so there's a difference from like someone doing this. Maybe someone starts here and it comes up and there's a hair flip and then they take it off. Or maybe the hat comes up. There could be a million ways to take off your earring, but for Siren Pack shows, because of what we do, I'm looking to see that the way that you sensually do it, which can be any number of ways. The main way that doesn't work is if there's no sense at all. You're just going through the motions. You're just phoning it in. I'm also looking at some notes. Same thing with presence, right? Being sensual allows me to be present. So are you present with yourself and with the camera that's filming you? Or are you like, okay, now let me twerk real quick, right? Like, are we present with what the fuck is going on? And then are you activated? Does it do anything to you? Why are you doing that? What's the point? And when you take it off, how does it affect you? Does it just come off and get thrown? Or like, do you look at it? Or is there a breath underneath that? Like, what is happening for you? So I've had some people like send me videos, and it's a video of them performing, and they're doing the trickiest trick of all the tricks that have ever been tricked on the pole or with a quick change or whatever it might be, or they're doing the most salacious movement and the audience is like screaming their heads off. There's a handful of performers where I've asked them to send yet another video in because the sound of the audience and the trickiest, splittiest split of all the splits don't mean shit to me, because there are some people who could stand still and just breathe, and they are sensual, present, and activated more than someone who's just used to doing splits in their sleep. So people who sent like these large crowd reaction videos, I'm like, thank you for sending that. Now, could you also send me a video where you felt like you were tapped the fuck in to yourself and you were so alive and so in it that it was just spilling all over the place? I want that video. So that's what I'm looking for. The other thing I look for is transitions. Do you linger in your transitions? Do you flow in your transitions? Like, the audience is watching everything, and performing for my shows, it's typically 2 sets of up to 15 minutes. So our audience is watching you not only on stage, even when you enter, they're watching you in pre-show, they're watching everything. So do you linger in the journey, not just in the trick or the end pose or the big reveal? So even if it's, again, it's a video of you just taking off your earring to show me this, the way that you do it, I'm noticing if you're sensual, if you take the time to linger, and linger's different for anyone. The pace of it can change, the angle, the distance, but how do you transition from one thing to the next? Because sometimes That is the most captivating thing as well. Do you milk it? Do you slow burn? Because also it's cabaret and burlesque, so it's the art of the tease. So how you transition is equally as important as where you started and ended. So I'm watching that, even in like the quick little ones you all send, everything matters. I also note like what emotion is coming up for me. Is there a story? What, if anything, is being conveyed? Again, even if it's just this, even if it's just how I put on my lipstick. I could put on my lipstick or remove an earring with the emotion of anger, bliss, depression, joy. So can I note anything in what you're doing, and what state of mind does it put me in? Does it even matter that I'm here? I watched the video the first time you all send them. I watch all of them without the sound on. Because could I watch you without sound? And then after a few times, I watch it with sound on. So watch your video without sound. Is it engaging? Is it provocative? Is it erotic noir? If you're not sure what that is, there's a whole 45-minute free workshop on what Siren Pack and I specifically mean when we say speakeasy noir. Because one of the other things I pay attention to, we'll jump to it later, is if you're on brand. Are you on brand for erotic noir? So then after I watch it without sound to see if I'm compelled, I also then ask myself a series of questions. Would I pay for this? One of our tickets to our shows is a $500 ticket. Would I pay $500 to watch this? Or our VIP tickets can range from $50 to $80. Would I pay $60 to watch this? Our reserve seating, open seating to reserve seating can range from $35 to $45, depending on when you buy it. Would I pay to watch this? Would I pay the standing room $30 ticket? Would I watch this for free and give my time even and my energy? Would I want to tip a performer for this? Like, that's also something to take into account. In addition to, are they sensual? Do they linger in the transitions? Is there an emotion? I ask, like when I'm watching the video that you send in, because this is based on me watching this and being like, I want to book you for a show now, and now everything's ready to go. Could I take this vibe or presentation right now on tour? If I had a client saying, hey, I need 5 dancers or 5 performers for Italy right now, or for DC right now, or we have a show and we need 3 of you and the audience is 1,000 people, or it's a VIP exclusive dinner for 4 clients who are paying 10 grand and we need the erotic noir performers. Could I book you off of that video? There are people I could book based on how they take their glasses off in just the audition video. So that's another thing I'm wondering, like, is this video ready? Which also tells you that I'm not looking for beginners with no experience who don't even have that it factor. It's why I also have classes and workshops and other opportunities for leveling up, because it's not a show for like, so you're just getting started. Come try us out and figure your way out. Like, these are professional performers who have different levels of experience that are ready to present to an exclusive audience who's ready for high-end luxury performances where they're willing to pay $500. So I need to even notice how you breathe on stage and if it will captivate them too. Then, and I mentioned, I wonder, are you on brand? Again, are you erotic noir? Are you used to being interactive? Like, if you're someone who's like, oh, I got to figure out how to make it work for 10 minutes, like, you're not on brand. Like, you need to be comfortable spending 15 minutes with the audience telling a multi-part story. Are you hospitality oriented? If you're someone who's like, I don't really like people, I just want to do my art, you're not on brand for us. There are many ways of noting if someone's on brand. And then what's your brand? I watched the video, but I'm also considering, who are you? Like, do you have a website? Do you have other platforms? What other types of shows do you perform perform in? How do you market your brand, and how do you promote the events that you're in? Like, what are all these things? And all that goes into how I watch the audition video of what you send in. Because if I cast you, like, that's me guaranteeing to pay you. It's me saying I'm going to spend hours to promote you. Depending on our show, performers are made upwards of $500 to $600 in tips, sometimes more. And there's many other perks that you get. And so I need to be able to watch that video and know that, like, it's worth the risk for me to take the investment and even potential loss of income to pay you to take care of our audience for the night, because that's what we do with our shows. We're there for our audience. So just want to share those quick thoughts of what I'm looking at when I'm watching audition videos as the Siren Pack producer.